does his best to help the president in every way he can, and so what he does is, and it's a safe bet, when you stand up in front of a bunch of unions and say, we're here to give you more money, so you can give us more money, and so we have a little bite here.
From the vice president?
From our vice president, Joe, my good friend, my elevator buddy. And
did he talk to you while you were in the elevator?
He didn't have much to say. As a matter of fact, he didn't have anything to say at all.
Said nothing?
But
he knew who you were. He saw you.
Well, he knew who I was when we checked in, and I saw him see me, and he saw that I saw that he saw that I saw him.
So he saw that you saw him.
Yeah.
So he wanted to talk to you, but he didn't.
It was a onomatopoeia moment.
In a hotel, and you guys got in the elevator together.
Got in the elevator together, and I figured we'd get in there. There's a lot of people in the lobby going up and
jammed
going
up
down.
Elevator, was it?
Yeah, it was a jammed elevator, and so the door opens up. It's empty. I climb in, and here comes Joe. So Joe's next to me, and we ride the elevator up the elevator.
Did he talk to you then?
There's nobody in the elevator, and I'm standing almost shoulder to shoulder with him.
With the vice president,
with
future vice president.
With the future ex-vice president. Yeah. And what happens is that I look at him, and I'm about to say, "Hey, Senator, I'm a big fan," which is, I love lying like that. You ever you know what's right? It's like you're when someone says, "Hey, aren't you so and so?" No, what's your name? I'm Wallace Clark. That's my name. You can call me Wally.
Thank you, Wally.
Yeah, I like doing that sometimes just for the hell of it. So I was going to lie to him about my name, but he didn't give me a chance because he ignored me. And then I was looking right at him in his ear hole. I'm 2 inches. I'm staring at him.
Is it trimmed?
But look, if someone is standing next to you in an empty elevator, right next to you, staring at you, don't you say, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Yeah, exactly.
Stand aside.
Exactly. Give me some
he doesn't say anything. So I stood there and looked right into the side of his head, and the door opened up and he walked out, and I yelled out, "Nice talking to you, Joe." and
you fired the first shot. You fired the first shot.
He is talking to the union.
And folks, it's not about Barack Obama. It's not about Joe Biden.
Absolutely.
It's about whether or not middle-class people are going to get put back in the saddle again, because they're the ones that make this country move.
Wait a minute. Was he pounding? Wait a minute. This is like another saying. We got to save this one. Wait, can we hear that one more time just to hear him pound away at the table over there?
You fired the first shot. You fired the first shot.
It's tough talk by Joe.
It did.
And folks,
such tough talk.
It's not about Barack Obama.
No, of course not.
It's not about Joe Biden.
No, absolutely.
It's about whether or not middle-class people
are going to
get put back in the saddle again,
because
they're the ones that make this country move.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That was really good.
Was that a shoe?
I think it was.
Don't screw around with me.
I'm sorry, sir. Sorry, Joe. Sorry.
I mean, you never can tell.
We got to save the second part of that one with him pounding on the table.
But he's pandering to the unions, and at the same time,
we love Joe.
Barry is out lying, and Joe is not missing a beat. He's right with him step for step.
It's not about him. It's not about Barry.
Yeah, but it's not about Barry.
It's about middle-class Americans. But you're the ones that make this country move.
Exactly.
Excuse me. I'm sorry about that.
Don't screw around with me.
Put your shoe back on.
I'm sorry. I'll put it back on. That was my head.
But while he's doing this, what's Barry doing?
I'm trying to figure out what time zone I'm in here.
What was that again, President? Mr. President?
I'm trying to figure out what time zone I'm in here.
It was a very polite giggling.
Hope and change and know your time zone.
I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen.
You can't write these lines. You couldn't write them.
And the president, is out lying. I think he was in Hawaii when he was saying that. Yeah, he was there. He had no idea where he was. He was in Hawaii. He was in home state.
Home state there.
Yeah, and he called Hawaii Asia.
He did.
He called Hawaii Asia. Well, there's 57 states. You gotta get them in order.
Got to get all 57.
No. Well, I mean, come on.
Kenya is one. What is the one he came from?
Kenya's right next to Montana.
Yes. Thank you very much. That's good. That's good.
And Oregon is where they have cotton candy farms.
Is this going to have a cotton candy?
Cotton candy farm. I'm going to stop up and get Malik some cotton candy. And
I'm trying to figure out what time zone I'm in here.
Yeah, well, I know what time. It's time for cotton candy. That's what it is. Maliqua, and Shaliqua, and Balambla, and Shalambla. They're gonna have themselves a cotton candy Thanksgiving. That's what they're gonna have.
As long as he knows what time dinner's being served, because he's a little confused about his time zone. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. President.
That's right.
Where are you by now, Mr. President?
I'm trying to figure out what time zone I'm in here.
Exactly.
That's good.
Exactly.
You have to save that one. That's good.
What are you going to do with a guy like that?
I don't know. Pulling him out. That's what we should do.
Biden should be with him to tell him, Mr. President, you're in Asia.
Yeah.
Don't screw around with me.
Well,
starting to get a little brighter, I think. I'm starting to like Joe. Maybe Joe should take over for a week.
do you know something? Do you know something? You were so right on the money.
Let him take over for a week.
My favorite vice president of all time
is Joe Biden.
Is Joe Biden.
Me too.
Elevator Joe is my favorite vice president of all time.
Don't screw around with me.
I'm serious.
When you look through his ears and you were looking right on the side of his head, could you see clear through to the other side?
I saw a train coming through the other end. Folks, believe me, it was coming full speed ahead.
Oh.